All right, welcome back, future fire breathers. In honor of Hero Week this week, I'm interviewing a lot of military personnel, especially those currently serving. I have one very special lady today. Her name is Kali Haskins. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Kali. Introduce yourself. What is your position in the Army?
Hi, I'm Callie. I'm actually in the Air Force. I'm a senior airman. So I work supply in the military. So I provide parts and stuff for the aircraft so we can fly.
Okay, cool, cool. And what made you
Yeah.
get into the whole Air Force field? Was it your parents, your family members, maybe a friend?
I just college wasn't really my thing, I guess. So I was like, I want to do something to better myself. And
Hmm.
I really liked the Air Force and the concepts it provided and like the team and I was in sports throughout high school. So having like a team to work with was definitely something that I was interested in. And my uncle was in, and it really influenced me to just, continue.
Okay, nice. That's good. So why the Air Force specifically? It would, as opposed to Navy or the Coast Guard, or why the Air Force? Why were you drawn to that?
It was just kind of like the first branch that I thought of or knew because like that's what my uncle was in. I didn't really
Okay.
look at the branches.
So you're just like, you know what? My uncle did it. I'm gonna do it too. Just make
Yeah,
that whole family. The blood runs in the family, right?
yes.
So talk to us about your journey into it. Like, was it very intimidating for you to get settled into the whole army atmosphere?
At first, yes, of course. Like it was being away from home, like something new, something different. And being 1,800 miles away from my family, I was just like, oh no,
I know.
it's something different from what you're used to. But eventually, over time, it's just like, okay, I'm doing it.
So it's just about getting used to it too, right? So once it's just the first starting point, and then it's just after that, it's just like a walk in the park. That's
Oh,
good.
100%.
I know the army, it always has this mental toughness aspect. A lot of people say it builds discipline and everything. Did you have that ingrained into you as like from your sports background, or was it more further developed when you were in the military?
It was definitely like playing sports in high school definitely helped that mental toughness
Hmm.
because like you're so disciplined in training for that, practicing and all that. So it definitely helped walking into boot camp and further in my Air Force career, I have developed it even stronger being deployed and then into my training.
Hmm.
So
Nice, nice. That's good for you, Callie. And I know you're also in the whole powerlifting scheme, if you want to call it that. So what got you into powerlifting?
so like when I was deployed, it really like sparked interest. I'm like, oh my gosh, I see people throwing around heavy weight. I'm like, I want to do that, you know? So that was definitely like the start of my powerlifting or bodybuilding career. I definitely did start with powerlifting and CrossFit,
Mhm.
and then it kind of just went into bodybuilding and wanting to just improve in every aspect of my body and my life.
Okay, nice. And which of those four components would you say really gave you that full body measurement? You know, the whole quality of life thing. Was it bodybuilding? Was it CrossFit? Was it powerlifting? Which one did you like the best out of all those three?
Oh, powerlifting for sure because
Yeah?
I like lifting heavy. Like that's definitely because it's my ego, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like it at the door, but I love lifting heavy.
My God. So what are you deadlifting now?
So currently at my weight, I am deadlifting around 265, but
Mhm.
my biggest lift was 305.
Whoa, my God, Kelly. Well, powerlifting is definitely your sport then.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And I know you ran the Go Ruck, or what was it called, in Kuwait. I believe it was the Go Ruck or the Mud Run. I know you placed 20th. It's the
Yes.
go-up? Yeah, it's nice. And talk to us a little bit about that. How's that like mentally, physically? What was your preparation for that?
So there wasn't really any preparation. I kind of just went into
Oh
it
my
dry.
God.
But it was like we had to carry the 22 pounds, and I think just it was mentally like you have to finish. Like me telling myself the entire
Mm,
time I need to finish this because like it was for me, and it was just kind of like it was so empowering. Like finishing, like I cried when I hit the finish line. I don't know.
oh my God.
An amazing experience. Like knowing I accomplished something that most people don't accomplish, it just it was
Mhm.
very empowering, is I guess the word you could, and euphoric.
Nice. I like it. Especially because you never done a go ruck before as well, right? This is your first time doing anything of that caliber. So you just kind of
Yeah.
just went into it, just hope for the best. But that's good. You just gotta stick to your guns and just keep going at it, which I like.
Hmm.
And if someone was interested in doing the go ruck, Cali, what's your biggest recommendation for them? Just starting out, they don't have the experience that you do or the training. What's one piece of advice you give to them?
Your shoes. Make sure you have good shoes. We had to do it in steel toe boots. That was the worst thing. Like I had blisters on my feet for days. But like if you want to give up, just keep telling yourself like don't stop. Do it for yourself. Like the
Mhm.
sense of accomplishment, honestly, of finishing.
Okay. I like that. And let's say if someone doesn't really have that motivation ingrained in them, they're always down on their luck, they don't really have this big goals in front of them, but they still want to do the go ruck or join the military. What's one piece of advice, motivational wise, that you give to them? Like anything that could help them?
Think about your future self and like look like sorry, I'm trying to think. Like think about your future self and really think where do you want to be in 10 years? Do you want to look back and be like, I'm not happy with where I am? So make a change.
Hmm.
Make a change in your life and better yourself 1% every single day.
Exactly. Nice. I like it. That is good. Do you listen to a lot of David Goggins a lot?
No,
You
but
know,
I've actually heard about him.
yeah, he's all into the whole military stuff. He's always talking about the 40% thing about the cookie jar. I thought that just aligns perfectly with what you're saying too. It just whenever you think you're done, you always gotta see the future self of you, right? And just gotta keep thinking about that. That's nice. Do you plan on doing any more Go Ruck events in the future, Callie?
I would like to do here in New Mexico, we have like the Baton Death March.
Oof. It sounds a
Really,
little scary.
but it's like it's 26 miles. But honestly, like right now in my bodybuilding, I'm cutting. So there's no way I could have done it because like my body would have just given out. But I definitely want to like do it next year.
Okay. Nice. And talk about your bikini competition. You're a national bikini competitor, and what made you want to get into that field? I know with powerlifting and everything, but what made you want to get to the physique level?
Um, the competitiveness from like high school, I missed it.
Okay.
Like being so competitive. So I wanted to take it and put it into something else. So I decided to like start competing.
Nice. And how long have you been competing for? Competing.
I was supposed to do my first show in June, but with the restriction of movement, I can't go to my show. So I'm gonna plan one for later this year. So it'll be my first time competing.
Nice. Well, I'm wishing you the best of luck, Callie. Where can is it like televised or anything like that, or is it just like um,
I'm
Instagram
not,
Live?
I'm not quite sure yet, like how it's gonna run, because it is my first time competing. But maybe it will be. It'd be kind of cool.
Well, you got a fan right over here, Callie. I'll tell you that. Nice.
Thank
And was there anyone during your whole journey, your fitness-wise, military-wise, that's really been at your side, supporting you along the way?
my mom. She's
Nice.
been my biggest supporter the entire time.
Nice. And did she have any reservations against you going to the military? I know a lot of parents, they always have this negative stigma about the military. The kids going off, we don't want to see them go. You might get like, you know, killed in action as well. So that's definitely a worry that parents have. Did your mom have the same worry?
Honestly, no. She was very supportive of it from the beginning because she knew how stagnant I was, like being back home, and she wanted me to be like successful. So she was really proud of me for enlisting.
Nice. I like that. So definitely the mom as well. Cool. And when you were at basic training or anything like that, you got plenty of opportunities to make friends. I know a lot of them are guys as well. Was that intimidating to you, or did you guys get along properly? How that?
Not a, I got my basic training experience was amazing. I made some of the best friends of my life that I still stay in contact with years down the line, like years now later. But no, I mean, I'm not. A lot of my friends are male because of what I do, like the gym, the training. So it's just like I'm not really intimidated by much. They're more intimidated by me.
I know. Just by speaking to you, Callie, I'm a little bit intimidated, not gonna lie. Nice. And is there any books that you recommend to develop the mindset of a military competitive level athlete that you built for yourself?
I actually don't really read much. I watch a lot of Greg Doucette,
Okay.
but no, if I read anything, it's more I read poetry.
You read poetry, okay? Any good poems that's out there that's really motivational and inspiring?
I don't. Not that I've read.
Okay.
No.
That's no problem. So I want to ask you this: when you're at your lowest point, because it happens to a lot of us humans, and the military guys, you guys are no different. You're still human, right? What's something that pushes you guys to the end? Is it seeing the future self of you guys, or is it what's it with you? What's something that picks you up when you're at your lowest?
I just know it's temporary.
Okay.
Like I just tell myself this is temporary. You're gonna get through it. Something better is gonna come out of it. Like we're gonna go through our highs and our lows. Life's a roller coaster. So like it's like that's it. Like it's only temporary. So when I'm like down and upset about something, like in my training, I'm like, I will visualize myself accomplishing whatever goal it is. And I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna get there. This is just a minor setback.
Okay. So visualization definitely plays a big part of it too, right? So, what's some visualization techniques that you use and you implement that a lot of the listeners can use as well?
How do you mean?
There's some stuff like people just sit down and they just meditate for a little bit and they see
Mhm.
themselves in 5 years, 10 years, and they see that's where you want to be. Or are you like, you know what, let's focus on the task at hand, let's visualize how we're going to do it, and then we'll just do it like that? What's your
Yes,
opinion?
who I am. The second one is more of what I do because like I write down my goals so then I have them written down as well. But like if I want to give up or don't want to keep going, I literally will sit there and be like visualizing my future self in my head. As crazy as it sounds, but it seriously pushes me and drives me.
That is good. I like it. I like it a lot. That's what I use as well. I'm big on goal setting. I just preach that to a lot of the followers and the listeners. You got to have a goal in mind. Otherwise, you're not going to go anywhere, right? But you always got to
Exactly.
see sticking to your tasks and the goals, like the objectives. Don't be fixed on the outcome, which is good. Thanks for sharing for that, Callie. So, what's your big goal? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
5 years, hopefully successful running my own like coaching company. That's what I would love to. so I can help other people like love their body and just improve themselves.
Nice. So more like a personal training, fitness business kind of thing.
Yes, that
Cool.
is the goal.
Well, you got your first client right here. I'll tell you that, Kat. Nice. And what else goals do you got in mind? We got the whole business goals. Do you have any career goals, military wise? Where do you see yourself going with that?
No, that I'm gonna I'm planning on getting out after my 6 year is up
Okay.
because like I'm ready to progress in something I love to do. So, I mean, the Air Force is great and the people are great, but I'm ready to move on to the next part of my life. So my career goals is going to be with the fitness industry, I'm hoping.
Okay, I like it. And you always got experience in that too, right? With your powerlifting, with your training that you do in military, and your bikini competitions, which is amazing. So best of luck to you, Callie. I'm really rooting for you. Uh, for anyone who's trying to join the military or that's struggling with their fitness goals, like powerlifting, what's one piece of advice you give to them? What's the most important thing?
Don't let your ego get in the way.
Ego get in the way? Okay. How do you mean?
Like start small, don't like go in and try to lift heavy and hurt yourself because been there, done that.
Yeah, me too. So definitely the ego part. And how crucial
Yes,
is that? Like I know a lot of people they come in, they try to lift as much as they can, and if they get injured, you know what? That's okay. I'll just go heavier the next time. And they completely ignore it. What's your thoughts on that? Where do you stand?
I think that's just dumb training. Honestly, like I could. Why let your ego get in the way and harm your body? Because in 5 to 10 years, you're going to be paying for it. So just, I mean, over time, you're going to get stronger.
Mhm.
So why not? Why rush it?
So definitely focus on the long term instead of the short term.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. And Kali, I want to ask you this. If 5 years ago, we talked about 5 years forward, let's go backwards a bit. If you were supposed to say something to your 5-year-old self, well, 5 years ago self, what would you say?
Take every opportunity that life gives you.
Okay. And why is that a big one for you?
Because, like, now, like, progressing and seeing where I am, I wish I would have taken more of the opportunities that were provided to me so I would have been further down the line. But I'm grateful for every opportunity that has been presented to me now. But I probably would have been a lot more successful if I would have taken more opportunities back then.
Okay. That is a great piece of advice too, especially for the listeners that we have. I know a lot of them they're athletic, but they don't really take the opportunities that they face. So very valuable piece of advice. And I'd like to thank you for your time today, Callie. That about wraps up our time over here. Is there any questions you have for me?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay, no problem. You have a great day, Callie. Thank you again for doing this interview. Thank you for your service. Enjoy the rest of your day and best of luck with your fitness business.
Thank you. You have a good one too.
All right, take it easy. I'm going to stop this.